What's up, everybody? It is late, not that late, but it's probably about 5 o'clock or so, weekend, Sunday. I've done a lot of stuff since last time I filmed. I didn't film today because I wanted to get stuff done. We lucked out today. It was about 60 degrees, but it's been in the 30s, 40s all week, so it's getting really cold here in Maryland. And I really wanted to get the cab back on the truck before it got too cold. So, didn't film today. Sorry about that. But the cab is back on the truck, which is just tickles me pink. I love it. So here's what we got going on. Mount. These mounts are a little high. We just got to put an extra piece in here to fill that little area. Mount. All good to go. Front mounts lined up. Whether it's square or not, I still don't know. Probably in the rest of this video, but not today. We're going to go ahead and put the doors on, put the fenders on, stuff like that, and start seeing how everything fits. And yeah, go from there. There's our inside. We can cut the rest of our wheel wells out now. We can make a firewall. We have so much to do. I love it. Yes. And then here is the glory. Holy crap. I have a 4.8 5.3 liter LS in a tiny little truck. It's going to be real fast. So I've been pondering for the last weeks. Anybody who watches these videos, let me know what you think I should do. But I've basically been trying to decide whether I wanted to do twin turbos or one big single turbo. So this is basically going to be a full-blown drag racing truck. It's not going to be like a daily driver. It's not going to have any other purpose. So I really, I know that it would probably be faster if I did one big turbo, but obviously it'd look cooler if we had twin turbos, and it'd just be funner. So I'm leaning towards twin turbos, but if you watch the video, comment, let me know what you think I should do. So I got a little bit ahead of myself because, I started to get excited and I bought some stuff. So there's the first part. I got these nice up and forward manifolds and they look pretty nice. They're just temporary bolted on right now, obviously. But yeah, they turned out pretty good. What I'm trying to figure out now is the turbo placement. So again, I think I've mentioned this before, but I have the old 86 style grill. So let me find it. Here it is. So basically you can see there used to be a high beam and a low beam. And this grill sits in here. And it's actually like kind of out here. So there's about another 3 inches past this plate that I have here. But this is basically where the two holes are, where the headlights were. So my plan is to take one of those headlights out and have my turbos sticking out through those holes in the grill. Which one, I don't really know. It's just going to depend on which works out. And then, so what I bought 2 turbos, twin turbo. These are GT3582s. They're just some knockoff eBay ones. They were super dirty cheap. So I don't expect them to last very long. But they're the same size as a GTX Garrett 3582 as far as outer dimensions for the most part. So I am at least using them for now. We'll probably run them for a little bit until they explode or do something crazy. But anyway, so I got these turbos here, and I also bought these elbows. These elbows are actually the wrong ones because they only have 2.5 inch outputs, and the outputs on these are 3 inch, so I have to get new ones. I ordered another new pair already, but the plate on them is facing the wrong way. So, might not matter too much though, because we're going to have to do some modification. So, as you can see, there's not much room left here. So our grill's actually like out here, the end of it. So we can fill this part because we're going to cut most of this crap out anyway. But we still doesn't leave us a whole lot of room here. So first of all, we're going to have to cut this V-band off and we're going to have to re-weld it probably way back here. All this is going to get cut out, so I don't care about that. But what I'm having trouble trying to figure out is this front part. So let me set the camera up here and I'll show you what I'm doing here. So, basically, we have a T3 output on our turbo, and I want to keep the T3 output. I don't want to put anything else on there because obviously I want to be able to swap turbos in the future without a big deal. If we line these up right now, the turbo kind of ends up in between these two holes. So that's not really going to look that good. I really wanted the turbos on the inside holes, but the problem is with the way these manifolds are designed, that output is right here. So there's just not going to be, I can't really think of a good way to have this turbo here, because there's this part of the turbo, right here is halfway into the manifold. So unless we did something squirrely, it's just not going to happen. So the turbos are going to have to go on the outside hole, which I'm okay with. Not really the end of the world. And then I think if we cut that V-band back, we can kind of take our new elbow and just kind of weld a straight piece right in the middle, and it'll be something like that, except obviously the elbow will be elongated, so we can have something kind of like that going on. I think that's going to work. What we're going to have to do is, like I said, we're going to have to cut out a bunch of metal here, which I don't care about anyway. We're probably going to end up cutting basically all the way to the end here out, the whole battery tray area, and pretty much to probably where about the fender starts, just to give us enough room up here to run everything. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this manifold back off and cut some metal out. Whew. Okay, now we got some room. That's a pretty big hole. So what we're going to do with the rest of this engine bay, I'm not sure yet. That's why I didn't want to just go ahead and cut this whole fender out. I think we are going to cut that fender out because, number one, I want to make the firewall straight. And as you can see, this fender is inside of this wheel well. So if we can do that, we're probably going to do that. We don't need a whole lot of leg room on the passenger or the driver's side at that point. And then I didn't want to cut this front part out because I want it for positioning of the turbos. But eventually we're probably going to cut that out. Eventually we're probably even going to cut this whole bar out. And I don't know what yet. Possibly do a tubular front end, something like that. Because obviously we're going to need something to hold our hood back up. So either we're going to cut this bar out to make it easier to remove the engine also, or we'll make that bar removable and then add some supports in the middle or something like that. That's what we're going to have to figure out once we figure out a little more about our motor setup and our turbo setup and stuff like that. So that's kind of on hold at this point. So yeah, and then obviously once we're done cutting and stuff like that, this whole engine bay is going to get cleaned up real good and painted and everything like that, and it's going to look beautiful. So yeah, but now we got some room, so I'm going to go ahead and put the manifold back on, and then we'll try some test fitting again. All right, I think we've made it somewhere. So obviously I made several cuts, and this is what I'm thinking. Let me take the cap off. Let's see if we can get a little more centered. Maybe not. All right, so obviously it's leaning a little bit because it's sitting on a jack stand. Oh, that's gonna look good. And then what we'll do is we'll make an insert. We'll 3D print an insert to go inside that headlight space so that all you see is that turbo. I think that's gonna look pretty sweet. Yep, so that's what I'm looking at, something like that. And this is what we got inside now. So it'll probably be back a little bit more, but basically you can see where our header is. So we're going to have to cut this V-band off and move it to back here, right where this collector starts, which isn't going to be too big of a deal. That'll get us back about maybe another inch or so. And then we're going to have to take this elbow and just kind of extend it, make it a little bit longer, and then we should be in good shape. And then we're probably going to have to put some other kind of support on the turbo, because that's going to be a lot of weight hanging off that end on that like lever. So we'll have to do some kind of support. What we can probably do is when we bolt our downpipe on, which is probably literally just going to 90 right out here, or it'll 90 down and go out the bottom. I'm not really sure. Don't have a whole lot of room there, but definitely enough to turn a 90. So we'll probably do a 90 or maybe a little more than a 90 and go out under the fender or through the fender. I don't want to cut the fenders if I don't have to, but you know, it is what it is. So yep, that's about what we're going to do. And then yeah, that's going to work out perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some metal out of the other side and get the rest of that crap out. And yeah, maybe we'll try to get some stainless steel tubing tomorrow. I don't know, it's Thursday right now, so I have to work tomorrow, but I have Saturday and Sunday to do whatever I want. So yeah, we'll figure it out from there. But I'm going to go ahead and chop a bunch of metal out of the other side, and then we'll sit both of them in there and hopefully get a nice picture or something. Oh yes, I wanted them on the inside holes, but now that I see them, I think I kind of like them better on the outside holes. Whew. That looks excellent. Obviously I'm assuming you guys can't tell how just how aggressive this is. It is so low to the ground right now. Being able to see them turbos through there is just awesome. Man, that's beautiful. So yeah, I am very happy with that. Got room to put our other headlights on the inside. We'll probably get some little LEDs or something like that. And obviously the turbos aren't clocked. They're not in their final position. They probably won't be this far forward. They'll probably get pushed back like maybe another inch or so. But that looks pretty sick. And I am pretty happy with that. So I have the correct elbows coming. They should be here today, actually. I was originally going to have to send them back because the mounting plate, the T3 mounting plate side, was turned the wrong way. But now that we have to cut them, not a big deal. We can just put it the right way when we weld it back together. So we're going to have the elbows here. I think that if I can get a hold of some 3-inch stainless steel tubing, hopefully we'll have these things actually mounted by the end of this video. Which for me is the end of this weekend, or not, I don't know, because my videos are so scattered right now that I don't know what I fit into one video. But yeah, also goal for this weekend, get the doors back on, make sure everything fits properly. That's about it, really. Maybe cut out some more for the firewall so we can get the intake manifold on, because I do also want to try to start this motor again this weekend. Whether or not I show you guys that, I don't know, because I think the next startup I show you guys is going to be with these turbos spinning. But in order for me to do that, I need to hook up at least oil lines. These turbos are oil and water cooled. I don't think the water cooling is crucial, but I definitely need to get the oil lines hooked up, which isn't too bad on an LS motor. We'll go over that in another video. But obviously I don't want to run the turbos until we get that done. So yeah, if this is the end of this video, stay tuned. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. Please comment. Do everything you can if you like this build. If you want to see this truck doing 9s with an LS motor, and by next spring, we're going to have to get some likes and some comments. So thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.